Hey, good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the Raceway at Western Fair District for another brand new season. It all starts tonight. New racing manager, Gangle, with us for the pregame show.
Yeah, you know what, Sugar? We've had a lot of time out in the field this summer. We're well rested, and we're excited to get back at it.
You betcha. Lots happening here on track tonight. 11 races on tap. We've got a couple of $100,000ers in. Hey, the gold 2-year-old Pacing Boys.
What a great way to kick off the meet. We've got a lot of action in terms of marketing and promotions going on track. Over in the paddock is Caretaker Appreciation Night, and to have the Ontario Sire Stakes program with us tonight is certainly, nicely in terms of timing as we kick off the fall-winter meet.
You betcha. As mentioned, 11 races on tap tonight. We're thinking horse players are going to appreciate the bump up now on a minimum wager we have for the Pick 3. It's a go-to wager, always has been, but we're looking for some better payouts.
Yeah, when we looked at our wagering menu this off-season, we didn't really want to tinker too much with it. We felt that it was really fulfilling what horse players were asking, but we've had discussions throughout the off-season of what can we do to entice our customers, and said, let's increase that Pick 3 to 60 cents. If we do receive the response at least we're hoping for, then we'll be looking at some of the other wagers, including the tri-actors. We just didn't want those pools watered down. We want to focus on higher payouts, and obviously I think the 60-cent minimum will assist with that.
Right on. You alluded to maybe the tries and maybe another wager coming along. I know when we posted this on Twitter this week that we were bumping up this. Had questions right off the bat, what about the Pick 4? What about the tries? Yeah. Well, we're going to appreciate the feedback, of course, we get from this, right?
Yeah, this is to test the waters, more or less. Okay. And if we want to start somewhere, we want to start with the Pick 3. The Pick 3 has been a pleasant surprise in the last couple of years, so we want to continue to push that. So I think 60 cents is going to entice customers, and I think that, like I said, if we receive the response I'm hoping for, we'll be looking at the tri-actors as well.
Right on. We've got our guest handicappers back in place for another season. Lou Sorella, friend of the show, and Rod Allums Jr. of Nahoo Picks. Terry Wilson along for the ride as well. So you can check out their selections throughout the evening, throughout our broadcast. In between races, we'll be posting their selections as well. I guess right now we'll maybe look at that early Pick 3. What do you think?
Yeah, I think we should. We talked about that 60-cent minimum. Here's a closer look at your ticket. Sugar, you're on the hook for $21.60 with that low 60-cent wager.
Well, I'll tell you what. I was talking to our good friends at Post Time with Mike and Mike this past Thursday morning. They say, what do you do to prepare to handicap when you've been dark for 4 months? You know what? A lot of these horses, Greg, I haven't seen them this summer. Young trotters in the first couple of races this evening. So, you know what? I went deepest of all in the first couple of legs, 4 deep, in fact, in that race one. I think my top selection is the 3 Tourist Attraction. Wayne Henry always does a great job with the young trotters. This one comes in from Woodbine Mohawk Park. Winless, though the most experienced of the field. You look at it's 0 for 25 thus far in the young career, but I think this one could break its maiden in the opener. We're talking about the 3 Tourist Attraction. Over to race number 2, going to go to the 1, 3, and 4. I've seen this Shadow Trainer race throughout Charlottetown and down around the Maritimes this summer. Gary Chappell did a wonderful job with that trotter. Now for the new connections. Number 3, Shadow Trainer in race number 2. Respect that Maritime Invader. Third race, number 3, Grey Bell gets some class relief for the McDonald's. Daenerys along the inside. Mark St. Louis will use that rail to his full advantage, I'm sure.
Okay, Sugar's on the hook for $21.60. We're going to flip over to my ticket. I'm a little bit different in terms of the way that I crafted mine. 3 deep in the opener. I think with the logical horses in here, I didn't want to go too deep. I know we're dealing with maiden trotters or young trotters right off the get-go. Over in race number 2, Big Blue Forward went to this one as my top pick for Dennis Morrissey. Due for a win. Certainly young in his career, but I think he's due to break through tonight. He showed that experience on the half last week, and I think that he gets over this track extremely well, especially from the pole position. Over to race number 3, I'm going to go 3 deep in there as well. This is the type of race that I think could provide some value. I think it's about as wide open as it gets, but I didn't want to spend too much. I wanted to test the waters here, so $10.80 for my 60-cent wager. Keep in mind you're playing into that guaranteed pool of $2,500.
Right on. And the Pick 4 play is always a go-to wager here. They begin in races 4 and 8 this evening. OSS Gold, 2-year-old Colt Pacers to kick it off. They're going to race for $104,800 per division. The opening leg, YS Mathis from post 2, shows some big final quarter speed there over Woodbine Mohawk Park. Here's another thing, Greg. A lot of these horses haven't seen a half miler yet this season.
Yeah, it's very tricky, you know, how they're going to respond. I mean, we're dealing with 2-year-olds. You know, but with that being said, you know, especially in race number 4 with Denali Sealster and YS Mathis, both those horses train on half-mile tracks, so I know for a fact that it shouldn't be a problem. And I got to give a lot of these trainers, you know, the benefit of the doubt, because they're not going to come here unless they are not confident in their horses. So that's good enough for me.
Sure thing. So the first leg of that, I went to the inside 2. The middle legs are where I went deepest of all. Friend of the show, Rod Adams Jr. of Now Who Picks, he's gone 6 deep in that race 6 event as well. It's a wide open affair on the trot for 1 mile and a 16th. Race 7 to close it out. My key to the early pick 4, number 2, Hamac Feisty. I don't think they can touch her.
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree. We're going to flip over to my ticket here. Sugar's on the hook there for $12. And I'm on the hook for $7.20 for that early pick 4, 2 by 3 by 3 by 2. Again, not going crazy in any of the legs. I think I got a logical ticket here. You know, in the opener, Denali Sealster, YS Mathis. Over to race number 5, onto the 1, 4, and the 7. Now, the 7 horse in here intrigues me a little bit from that outside post. Steve Bossens has great success here at the Raceway. I think that you might get some price. We got that scratch at the 3 horse, the New King. If there's that dark horse in there, if you want to call him a dark horse, it is Raising Royalty in race number 5. Over to race number 6, the inside 3 horses. We're dealing with trotters. Anything can happen. Top pick in there is Knickers. I think this one can go the distance. And over in race number 7, Hamac Feisty, I think, is a logical key. I'm going to toss in one more, that being Fina Patina. Love the effort 2 starts ago, and in wire-to-wire fashion at Kawartha Downs. Back that up with a 55 effort at a higher level, that being the Fillies and Mares Preferred 3. I think if Coulter puts this one in play, might sit the pocket behind Hamac Feisty, and I think it's between those 2.
Right on. Greg Gangle setting up that early pick 4. Late pick 4 will start off in the 8th, as mentioned. OSS Gold, 2-year-old Colt Pacers to kick off a late pick 4 as well. Not sure if we'll go to that one. We'll just scrap that one for now then. The Wanna Drive team is here. I guess we are going to throw it up
there
then.
We
yeah,
go.
okay.
That's all right.
Let's go inside 2 then in race number 8. Tattoo Artist, Windblown. And you know what? Short fields here in London. When they're 5 and 6 horse fields and they're a leg of a pick 4, why not hit the all button? I'm thinking it's a bit of a wide open event. My top choice is actually one of the longer shots in the morning line, number 4, Show Me Some Magic. Check out the last time Alfie Carroll drove that one. Again, we're talking about 4, Show Me Some Magic, race 9. Alfie drove this one to a 158 mile over Flamborough. Look for more from the 4, Show Me Some Magic in race number 9, where I've got the all button. Using 3 deep in the 10th, 11th to wind it out. Number 2, Diva Dally. I think this is an easier spot for this one, and if there's some value to be had, maybe the 1 Wind Sun Lotus. Rob Shepard on board for trainer Paul Coulter to close it up. I'm in for $14.40 on a late pick 4.
$14.40, guaranteed pool of $5,000. Here's a closer look at my ticket in the opener. I think it's really no surprise between Tattoo Artist and Windblown. Both these horses, in my estimation, are going to sit 1-2. It's pretty much going to be who can outsprint the other. That's the way that I see it. I'm going to give the edge to the rail starter for Dr. Ian Moore. Race number 9, logical play, Yanthos from the rail. Preston Shaw is putting up good numbers. Kahlua Morning, look at her recent performances. Loves to use the front end to her advantage. We'll see what develops in race number 9. Race number 10, I think it gets a little more complex. We're dealing with 7 claimers here. Moon Lake has the back class, Ideal Toy, back on the Lasix program. And then Dapple Apple, you know, the class mare herself. I'm pretty much handicapping this card based on performances that I remember from these horses.
Sure thing.
From back in the springtime
It's what
before
you
we went
gotta do. It's
dark.
what you
That's
gotta
right.
do,
So
yeah.
in race number 11, I think this is arguably the most difficult race of the entire night. I'm going 4 deep in here.
Okay.
They're going a mile and a 16th. It's, you know, Winson Lotus, Diva Dally, just like Butta, Play and Deliver. I'm going to go with Play and Deliver in there as a bit of a dark play. I don't think that she's going to hold up to that 5-2 morning line. I think you might see some value in here.
Okay, that's it then. Greg Gangle's in for $9.60 on his late pick 4 play. How about our friend Chris Christopher joining us tonight earlier in the day, Twitter. Heading back to my favorite Canadian half miler for opening night.
Yeah, well, he's had a lot of success here. It's great for Christopher to reach out. He's going to be showcased on the program a lot with other WEG drivers, certainly welcoming them here to the Raceway for the Golds. And Christopher is right over your back. I don't know if you knew that. We got State Treasure, part of the brand new studio, part of going high definition. And so, yeah, I think it's only filling that, you know, we've got that 3-time Molson champ, you know, on display here on a regular basis.
Oh, for sure. State Treasure, one of the greatest comebacks. You know, he ran off the rail there a few years ago. He's sitting last, and he circles them to beat Apprentice Hanover and foiled again.
Yeah, I don't think you're ever going to see that happen again for a horse to do what he did at that level.
Right,
it's pretty incredible.
Totally agree. So that's it. Then a full house tonight in the new dining room.
Yeah, renovations went underway during this off season. Brand new flooring, glass windows, paint, everything, you
Just
name
looks
it.
fabulous.
Yeah, complete cosmetic renovation. So extremely proud about that. Proud of our high definition upgrade. We thank our partners out of Ontario Racing Management, Ontario Lottery and Gaming. This wouldn't be possible without them.
Right, and a big night for our caretakers. We're so appreciative of all the hard work they do on the backstretch, and we'll be taking note of all our caretakers this evening on post parades and special winter circle presentations as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Hopefully everybody enjoys opening Friday. Here we are. 11 races on tap, and certainly lots to look forward to this season.
Right on. 11 races, fast track, sunny conditions in London, Ontario. You're watching the Raceway at Western Fair District. Good luck tonight.
COSA, the Central Ontario Standardbred Association, proudly serving Ontario horse people with integrity and accountability. Collaborative, supportive, helping to ensure a vibrant harness racing industry. Lifetime membership is free, and there are many benefits. Become a new member today. COSA, representing the interests of horse people racing at Ontario racetracks. To find out more, visit cosaonline.com.